Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Quiet as Kept podcast. I'm your host, Shawnti Refuge. I am a master certified mental health coach, I'm an author, and a journaling advocate. This podcast is where we unpack the conversations we've been told to keep quiet, especially in the Black community. Each episode dives into topics like trauma, self love, healing, and mental wellness with honesty and heart. Grab your journal and get ready because what we keep quiet is often what we need to release. Let's get into it. Let's talk about something many of us were taught never to say out loud. What happens when the one you who gave you life becomes the reason you can't breathe? Today, we're unpacking the mother wound, the emotional, spiritual, and psychological pain caused when your relationship with your mother was marked by emotional neglect, criticism, control, or abuse. It's the ache of knowing, it's the ache of growing up, needing comfort, and being met with correction. It's learning to walk on eggshells with one person who was supposed to make you feel safe. And in our culture, it's often wrapped in guilt because that's still your mama, right? I want to say this with honesty because I care. I do have love for my mother, but I also had to go no contact at one point for the sake of my mental health. I had to reckon with the fact that love doesn't always come wrapped in safety, and that sometimes the people who raised us passed down unhealed trauma and called it strength. And in my book, Quiet as Kept, I share parts of that journey. And it's not to shame her, but to finally tell the truth. Because until I named the wound, I couldn't heal it. And baby, that wound was deep. It still showed up in how I parented and who I chose to love and how I silenced myself to be the good one. So, what the mother wound can look like. It can look like constant people pleasing or emotional overfunctioning, fear of expressing your needs, struggling with self worth or identity, feeling unsafe around your mother even as an adult, confusion about where love ends and pain begins. The mother wound is often dismissed with phrases like, she did the best she could. You turned out fine. Oh my God, my mama told me that one when I did our Come to Jesus talk, but I'll talk about that later. Or you're just too sensitive. But guess what? A wound doesn't have to be intentional to be impactful. Now, let me tell you what healing looks like. First, you have to acknowledge the truth. You are allowed to say, that hurt me. Then, reparent yourself. Learn to give yourself the parenting that your mom couldn't give you. Yes, right now as an adult. And then set boundaries without guilt. Your peace is not disrespect. Journaling helped me to sit with the duality of loving her and still needing space, of wanting connection and then choosing distance, because I do both. It helped me find me again and without shame. So here are your journal prompts. What did I need from my mother that I never received? How is my relationship with my mother shaped the way I show up in other relationships? What would it look like to grieve the mother I didn't have while honoring the parts of her I still love? And now here is the question submitted for Journal Bay Q&A. It is, how do I deal with the guilt of feeling hurt by my mom when I know she had her own trauma? Ooh, wow, that is a heavy question, and I'm glad you submitted it. Thank you. Two things can be true. You can honor her pain and still acknowledge your own. So you're not dishonoring her by telling her the truth. You're just breaking the silence. And that's how generational healing begins when we open our mouth and start talking. So that's it for today's episode of the Quiet as Kept podcast. If you're navigating the complexities of a mother wound, know that you're not alone and you are not wrong for needing to heal. Visit my website, ShawntiRefuge.com, for journaling tools, coaching, and support resources. Until next time, protect your peace and stay grounded in your truth.